Story time on how a client threatened to shoot up the salon because he said his locks were retwisted the wrong way. This story took place about 3 to 4 years ago in South Jersey. I was working at a salon in South Jersey in Camden County. I was new to the beauty industry and this was the first salon I ever worked at. It was only me and the owner who worked at the salon, so it was me and the owner. Let's call the owner Mindy. It was a Saturday and Mindy had an event to go to, so I was the only one working this day. It was about 5 clients on the schedule, so I knew that I would have to work in a timely manner so that I remained on schedule for the day. The client who threatened to shoot up the salon, let's call him Manny. So as I said, I had 5 clients for the day. I just finished up my first client. Manny was a consistent client. He had locks. He got his starter locks done at the salon, and he came in for maintenance on his locks consistently every 4 weeks. Manny lived right around the corner from the salon, so he was a person who would always come by. He would pop in sometimes, say hey to us, create conversation. He would walk by, wave, things like that. So it wasn't abnormal to see Manny. After I finished my first client for the day, Manny had came in, which I said wasn't out of the norm. I did notice he came in upset. His body language was upset. His demeanor was upset. He had these black shades on and he had a red cup in his hand. You know, the red cup that we be having at cookouts? Yeah, he had that cup in his hand. Manny came in and he asked for the owner. He said, "Yo, where Mindy at?" I said, "Mindy's not here today. She's at an event." "Why? What's up?" He said, "Because Mindy been twisting my locks the wrong way this whole time. Mindy been twisting my locks the wrong way this whole time." He said, "She been twisting my locks to the left. They supposed to be retwisted to the right." I said, "Oh, wow," and I acted shocked. I knew Mindy was twisting his locks to the left. I knew the right way to twist locks was to the right, but that, quite frankly, was none of my business. He proceeded to say, he said, "I had my homegirl take a look at my locks, and my locks been twisted the wrong way. She been fucking up my hair this whole time. She been fucking up my hair this whole time." Excuse my language, guys. I'm just saying what he said. And he proceeded to say, he said, "Where's Mindy at? When is she going to be in? When is she going to be in?" I said, "Well, I don't know." And at this point, I was pretty scared because he was yelling, he was pointing his finger, and he sounded very belligerent, like he was drinking or smoking. Or possibly intoxicated off something else. I don't know. Like I said, he had a red cup in his hand and he also had them black shades on. So I didn't know what Manny was on. Also, Manny had face tats. He also had tats on his neck. And when he first came to the salon, he was telling us gangbanger stories, how he was in the streets. So I tried to diffuse the situation in the best way that I knew because I was scared. A grown man was yelling at me. I'm a 5'2" female. I told him I didn't know when Mindy was coming in and he didn't like that answer. In the midst of him yelling, I had grabbed my phone and I had press record on my phone because I didn't know what this man was going to do. And Manny, he just kept going on and on. He continues to say how his locks was retwisted to the left when they was supposed to be retwisted to the right. And then he starts saying all this stuff. He's like, "The owner's been flirting with me. She been late to my appointments. I don't know what she been on, but I'm not liking it." He said she been telling me all these stories about her son. And I want to